Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mario's come off the worst race of the season, but now he's heading home. So can he have his best race this season? Around the Misano World Circuit, Marco Simoncelli. And here goes Mario then for the first of 3 possible qualifying efforts, as he has the best axes, Marcus's 37.3. He's already drifted wide in the first corner on a circuit which is getting more popular for its 4-wheeled racing, but still, it's perhaps best known for its 2-wheeled racing, and it goes down the inside of Agata. However, he's not racing the Swiss rider on his qualifying effort. No, he wants to, it looks like. We've gone to the back straight, less than a tenth ahead. First sector is where we expect Mario to be strong. Second sector, not so much. Especially when he's being hit from behind. Oh, and Agata just hits himself out. No inference at all there from McDonald. What are you talking about? There's no doubt he's... That's an attempt back now of Marquez. Or should we make that more like 5 tenths back of Marquez? As you know, we go through the fast section. These fast right-handers. You do not want to go that wide, though. Which causes you to go wide into the next right. And then into the 4th right, the tight hairpin. Before you accelerate into the penultimate corner. Don't want to be weird as well, getting on the power. And then the final corner where you just shut the bike at it. Well, of course, Mario's run wide. Perfect end to an incredibly sloppy effort. But still, he's less than a second behind Marquez. Of course, the top time will probably be a high 35, but still. Considering how bad that was, that's not bad time-wise. It's lucky he's now got riders staying out of his way on this start of this qualifying effort. On such a tricky set, you're seeing how precise you have to be to most corners. This is Mario half a second up. That's more like it. Hopefully this can be a 37 or 36, which would be even better. 36 will probably get him a top 10 on the grid. As all he outbrakes us slightly into the hairpin. So easy to do that, and there's multiple lines through that corner as well. And how well you break into it. Not into the double right. He looks for good acceleration out of the corner, does Mario. Seems like he's got it. As he's still up on Alex Marquez. As here goes Mario back for 2 more efforts, possibly. As he's had a quick look over the bike. I'm surprised he's not more damaged. They've just sent him back out. Change of leathers. A new airbag. So let's see what Mario can do then. Can he recover from what was a pretty decent lap? This is not a pretty decent lap. It's already gone wide. He's just missing all his braking points. Just not in the rhythm. As he's 2 tenths up on Marquez. It's got just over a minute remaining. Maybe a high 36 will do. We thought it might be a high 35. Let's see if Mario can keep it together now through this far section coming up. As he's still up for the first 2 sectors. And gets on the power nice, and now he turned in a bit too early. In his last out, causing that massive crash. This time he's a bit slower. Oh, but that's flowed much better than as previously. It's now his attempt down on Marcus, runs right again. Just a couple of sloppy corners, Mario. And penultimate corner. And final corner. As Shirota goes top with a 36.9. Mario with a 38 flat. He's right up there. That's on his final effort now. Can he finally put that together? He's not. He's been so poor this session. I don't know how he's in the top 10 at the moment on the third row. There's Shirota's teammate. Virgo will not be improving. As Mario for the first set much better. He's almost 2/10 up as Baldassarre goes top now. 36.6. It's all coming. And the final flood to the line. Someone else has gone down. Not Mario. Actually clipped the apex there. And there's Olivier 36.3. See, now these are the lap times we expected. As Alex Marquez goes down. So does Danny Kent. What is going on? Everyone's going down. It's Mario half a second back of his teammate then. He's really got the quarterback in these last couple of sectors. So he finally takes that first right properly. And Alex Marquez down again. What is the Mark VDS rider doing? There's now Shirota down. Smoke goes through the penultimate corner. Hard on the power, 6 cents down of his teammate at the moment. He's behind the Tech 3, goes out the final corner. What is it? It's a 37. As Olivier grabs pole ahead of Baldassarre and Binder. His teammate on the front row. Then we've got Shirota, Mir and Mario McDonald. He's the third row ahead of Alex Marquez and Navarro, but he would have hoped to do much better in front of his home crowd, in quotation marks, as Ika rounds out the top 10 of Quartaro and Fanati with a good qualifying in 12. And we've got the teammates Bassini, Locatelli, then Marini on the VR46 machine for an all-Italian fifth row. Here of Gardner, Corsi and Agata. Then those Fergie down in 20th. Poor from the Spaniard ahead of Barbera. In Ollandale, Isaac Vinales Pauli ahead of his countryman Corradin. He leads the 9th row ahead of Manzi and Nakashima. And right at the back is Danny Kent alongside Joe Roberts and Bo Bince died on the Tech 3. So he's got good variety at the back. But will McDonald get a good result? Will he finally grab that first victory in Moto 2? So here's Mario revving up in front of his adoring fans, waiting for the lights to go. As we get underway for 8 laps of fun here in Misano. No doubt. As Mario does get a decent start though, holds on to 9th. That gets ahead of Navarro. Muscles ahead of Marquez. Gets ahead of his teammate, does he, Oliviera? Is he taking some of his own track? I mean, it's his home race, of course he can take some of his own track. As he gets into Bagnaia. And Shirota. He's just clearing the path for Oliviera. There's a bit of a KTM sandwich there for Navarro has Quartaro up into 8th. And now Mario working on his teammate Binder. His Quartaro up to 7th now. And Navarro got Corsi in 12th. You can see Oliviera in front. As McDonald has just been held up by Binder, almost gets overtaken by Navarro. It does by Quartararo, but he's on the speed up. It's the Frenchman. Bit slower than the KTM, apparently. Proves to be the case into the final right-hander. As he's still got Baldassarre leading the way. Here's McDonald through the penultimate corner. Clinging on to the top 5. Or so we say pushing on in the top 5. Maybe the Binder. It's all swarming Alex Marquez. It's actually Mir then. He dropped back, was it? No, Mir in second. Behind Baldassarre. And look at McDonald swarming all over Binder. You're getting the better of the South African. Last couple of races. One wants to mind him who's the true number 2. Or, you know, the true mess up in the team. This Marquez in a KTM sandwich. Just like Navarro on the previous lap. In the opening lap. The top 3 are starting to get away. This battle for 4th. Getting a bit too preoccupied maybe. As Binder gets past Marcus. Same with McDonald. So they're both into the top fights. KTM 3, 4, 5. But that order's a bit disputed though by McDonald and Binder or not. And here comes Marcus back by. McDonald down to 6th. He's costing himself valuable seconds here. Looking at that gap in front. As here goes McDonald around the outside of both of them. Or not. Look at Marcus fighting down the inside. McDonald tries to follow Marcus through. And let's see about Binder. Binder not giving up without a fight. Looks like he has to now. So McDonald up into 5th, finally ahead of the South African. It's a bit like France all over again. This time as teammates instead of enemies. Or are they still enemies? Who knows? Let's go on to the 3rd lap. Long race here at 8 laps, Ramazano. So McDonald tries to find the gap on Marcus. Not exactly there, McDonald. Well, he's got to run on the inside. And again, he outbrakes himself. Oh, he just stays ahead of Binder. He goes on the back straight. Got some beautiful slipstream from the Mark VDS bike. Well, it looks like. Got a KTM 3 Mark VDS in front. They're looking down the inside of Mir. Doing the same to Marcus. Not working out. Well, Baldassare leads the way. Just. Here goes Mario down the inside of Marcus. That's a move you expect from Alex's brother Mark. But Mario finds the gap into 4th. Now can he chase down the top 3? He's so good in this final sector. As he hooks it up the corner. He's not got into this right-hander. The last 2 corners are a bit better. So we're running a bit wide in penultimate corner, but the final corner, he really chucks the bike in. Gets hard on the power. He's around 2nd and a half, 2 seconds behind Baldassare. He sets a 36 for that. That's more like it, Mario. As he takes a normal legal line for the first corner. It sets the fastest lap as well. Getting past Marcus as getting some wear happening to the tyres. Looking at the bottom right. So finally not slow in that right hander. We're again taking a bit of alternate lines around this track. And finally getting a warning from the stewards, having enough of Mario and his home advantage. You've got Dick Kent and Dino fighting over the wooden spoon. There's Binder now ahead of Alex Marcus, so all the KTMs into the top 3. So trying to get out of that right hand with a good exit, but some of these corners you just take it too sharp an angle, tackling them a bit too much maybe. Just needs to be a bit better at that. That's all, almost went wrong. Bit like qualifying. Like this corner, just needs to be a bit slower in, a bit faster out. That's definitely the fastest he's been out of that corner. He's got a great run on Mir. Fancies a look into the final corner. Mir not able to fight back, and Mario up into 3rd as he sets another 36 for that. This time, maybe that dream of victory could become a reality. As we're into the 2nd half of the race, the rear's starting to slide. But so is Mario up the order. Let's slightly follow through the right. What are you doing, Mir? Doing the slide job with Mario. Never gonna work. Especially with Mario, it's got the slipstream on you. You can find a gap down the inside. Oh, but outbrakes himself into the hairpin. No, you just need to keep it together. Nicks down the inside of Mir. Not working. Right, Oliveira is battling for the lead with Baldassarri. This is your chance to sorry, Mario. As they're almost side by side through the rights. The first right, that would be insane. Let's go into the final sector of the lap. Look at Oliveira down the inside of Baldassarri. Just like the Portuguese rider's taking the lead as well from the Italian. Mario wants to get into the final corner down the inside of Mir. They're going to join his teammate on the podium at least. He says a 36.6, shocking that time, Mario. But now can he chase down Baldassarri and make this another KTM 1-2 this season? Just like he did in Barcelona behind Oliveira. The match's best result in Moto2 so far. So that's much better in the right hand. Oh, he's finally realised how to use the brakes on this thing, maybe. No. Hasn't realised how to get the bike into the corner, but the brakes getting better as the race goes on. Tyre wear not, though. Tyres are very worn. Could be a struggle in the final lap for Mario. We'll find out very shortly. Look at that front tyre. He's already crying out for help. He's got just over 2 laps to go. It's Mir once again trying to find the gap which isn't there. As Alex Marquez and Brad Binder battle over 5th. Like they're battling over champagne. Not on this occasion though for the pair. It's Mayo all over Baldassarri. He's starting to get away from there. Let's go through the penultimate corner. Oh, as he set up Baldassarri for the dive. Not quite. Out of the final corner. Right in the slipstream of the Italian. As he got into the penultimate lap. And he takes seconds. There's only one rider in front of him. Right in front of him is Oliveira. Unlike Barcelona. Oliveira was seconds up the road. Mayo for the right. Oh, he had to get the bike to complete stop. That's a beautiful fight from Baldassarri. Through the slow section. Here comes Mayo though with the slipstream down the back straight. He's got the inside line on the Italian. This is my turf, he's saying, in quotation marks. As he go into the double right. Is he holding off Baldassarri? No! Baldassarri gets him back. But Mario's got the slipstream. Oh, surely not. Into the first right, just bushes Baldassarri out of the way. Very aggressive Mario, but he's got a win to chase here. His home Grand Prix can't be held up by the Pons rider. And to get one up on his teammate, on Oliveira for once this season. I mean, Oliveira leads by 3 race wins. I don't think he might miss out on 1 race win, maybe. We'll see as we go on to the final lap. 36.9. Needs to find a second on this final lap, Mario. That's a good start. Very good start. Let's go for the right. Breaking into the tight right. Oh, he actually gets it done nicely, does Mario. And onto the back straight. He's gained 2/10 back and loses it with a poor exit onto the back straight. As he go into the hairpin. He's hooking up apexes. As he got Danilo battling Kent. And Mario keeping that gap the same to Oliveira. Just needs to stay close. Could maybe dive into the final corner. He's got Bassini. Navarro. And look at that, flat out through the first right. Flat out through the second. He says Mayo isn't pushing. Has he got 1 sector to go? He's right on the tail of Oliveira. Can he get his penultimate corner right? He can. Here comes the dive. He's made it stick. He's done it. He's done it. On home turf. McDonald's finally a Moto2 race winner. What a ride. What a comeback. Dropping back at the start slightly. And in the end coming out on top for the first time in Moto2. What a ride. Beaten Olivier by less than 2/10. I know he was a bit aggressive on the opening lap. I know he was a bit aggressive on the last lap. But we don't care. The mullet is the way to go today. It gave him the power to beat his teammate for once. And maybe KTM, after looking at Silverstone, we have second thoughts about Mario maybe. And those reversed those thoughts after that fantastic race. Ahead of Baldassarre, he rounds out the podium. Then Mir, ahead of Alex Marquez, who wins that battle against Binder in the end. And we got Virgo recovering from a poor qualifying up to 7th. Fantastic job from the Spaniard, ahead of Bagnaia, Bassini, Quartararo, Shirota, Navarro, Iker, Locatelli, and Sam Nose grabs the final point ahead of Gardner and Marini with Fanati. Remember, he qualified well, just outside the top 10, not getting any points at all, ahead of Vinales and Agata, with Kent in the last. As you look at the championship table, Oliveira now extends his championship lead to 79 points ahead of Baldassarre, with Marquez in third, Binder up to 4th ahead of Shirota. Then Bagnaia, look how close it is for 4th. Look how close it is for 7th with Mayo ahead of Mir and Vergay. And then we've got Bassini rounding out the top 10. Quarter up to 13th ahead of Navarro. Got the Italian ahead of Danny Kent now for 29th. And we've got all the ejectors achieved by Mayo. He's up to level 80 in almost everything he is. Up to 82 for Lino, 81 for brakes management. Finally some development points again, finally some reputation earned. As in MotoGP, Marc Marquez won ahead of Dovi and Rossi. In Moto3, Martin beat Bezzecchi and Bastianini has to have a new Red Bull Rookies Cup champion. It goes to the Czech rider again. And Mayo gets to decide where he goes or stays, as he's got some MotoGP offers. Strangely from Grassini, KTM. Okay, we'll probably expect that. Mark VDS as well, and Avintia, and the Angel Nieto team, formerly known as Aspar. But it's all about Moto2. Does he go to Mark VDS? Back to nope. Stick with KTM. Go to Pons. Sky Racing Team VR46 machine. Unlikely. Grassini, Kiefer, Dynavolt. You know what? I think Mayo just sticks with KTM for the rest of the season. I mean, he's finally got a race on this damn thing. Won a race in Moto2. Now you can look at the development again. So frame, suspension, brakes, or aerodynamics. So braking was a bit all over the place for Mayo once again. But he produced, and he got better on the brakes as the race went on. So do we actually need to develop the brakes, or do we just need to develop Mayo's braking ability? I think it may be the latter. Aerodynamics always handy. We're still wheeling like a hell when not acceleration. We might have to add some more downforce, I think. Or penetration. Increase the top speed of the machine. We've seen Mayo struggle in a straight line. Should we do that? Then it leaves the option for what else we can do with the aerodynamics for later in the season. And Mayo may have got his unluckiest win so far. Vigorize, but maybe his luckiest out of all of his Grand Prix wins so far. And what a place to do it as well. Just his third podium of the season. 2 out of 13 races. Would have probably expected more from him. But next time out, we head to Spain for the third time this season around the Moto and Aragon circuit. Can Mayo build on this victory, make it 2 in a row? Maybe not, but we'll see what he can achieve next time. So, for watching, we'll find out then.